Title: The Picture-Perfect Resolution, Navigating Life's Challenges with Resilience and Self-Compassion. Introduction: The Magic of New Beginnings. There's something about the start of a new year that captivates us. That clean slate, that untapped potential, the promise of a fresh start, it's a hopeful and powerful time. Many of us use this moment to set resolutions, goals we believe will transform our lives, push us closer to our dreams, or help us become the people we long to be. But what if, instead of setting detailed and sometimes rigid plans, we approached our goals with a spirit of evolution? This is the journey I found myself on, a path of allowing my aspirations to breathe, to grow organically. This approach has taught me that resilience and self-compassion aren't just comforting ideals, they are the pillars that sustain us when the going gets tough. Chapter 1: The Year's Perfect Plan. Every year, like clockwork, I'd sit down and write out my resolutions, page after page of hopes and dreams, carefully detailed and mapped out. I wanted it all perfectly outlined, a set roadmap to guide me through the months ahead. But this year, I chose something different. I opted to let my goals marinate, to give them room to change, and I quickly learned that this approach would be tested in ways I hadn't foreseen. The truth is, life rarely follows our plans. Even the most well-thought-out goals can get derailed by the unexpected. But what if that's where the real magic happens? By releasing my grip on a perfect path, I began to see each twist and turn as part of the journey, not as an interruption to it. Chapter 2: When Passion Fades and Exhaustion Sets In. Sometimes, life throws us into phases where getting out of bed feels like an accomplishment in itself. For me, this year began with an unusual weight, a feeling of weariness that I couldn't shake. The endless responsibilities and the demands of life pressed down, and there were days when my dreams felt out of reach, my motivation depleted. In these low moments, we question everything. How do we keep moving forward when the journey itself feels draining? Where do we find the strength to pursue our dreams when even the simplest tasks feel monumental? In my case, it was my daughter who reminded me of my purpose. Her presence grounded me, her laughter and joy serving as beacons of light that kept me anchored. We all have something, or someone, that drives us even when we feel like we have nothing left to give. Identifying that source of strength can be what pulls us through our toughest days. Chapter 3: The Whisper of Self-Doubt. Life's challenges often bring with them a flood of self-doubt. We start to question our abilities, to fear that we're not enough. In my journey, I wrestled with that familiar voice, the one that says, "You're failing," or, "Maybe you're not cut out for this." Each setback felt like an affirmation of inadequacy, as though my worth was slipping away with each stumble. But here's what I learned: resilience is born in these moments. It's the voice that insists we don't give up, the part of us that refuses to let self-doubt define us. Resilience is the reminder that we are not our failures, we are the strength that rises in response to them. But resilience doesn't stand alone. It requires something equally essential to keep us grounded through it all. Chapter 4: The Power of Self-Compassion. We're often our own harshest critics, holding ourselves to standards we would never expect of others. This is where self-compassion comes in, not as an excuse or a way to avoid accountability, but as a practice of kindness toward ourselves. When we stumble, we don't need judgment. We need understanding. Self-compassion is what allows us to acknowledge our humanity without shame, to see each struggle as a part of our growth. It reminds us that our worth isn't tied to how perfectly we achieve our goals. Instead, it's a reminder that we're allowed to be imperfect. This realization shifted my entire perspective. Suddenly, setbacks weren't failures. They were experiences shaping me, teaching me, and making me stronger. Chapter 5: Moving Forward with Determination and Support. The path to our dreams is rarely a straight line. There are twists, setbacks, and moments when we need to take a different route altogether. One of the greatest lessons I learned was that resilience isn't about doing it all on your own. Sometimes, we need people to remind us of our strength when we forget it. Our support systems, our friends, mentors, and loved ones, are lifelines that help us through difficult times. Reaching out for support is a show of strength, not weakness. It's an act of resilience, a willingness to let others be part of our journey. When you feel like giving up, remember those who believe in you. Draw strength from their faith in you, and let it fuel your resolve to keep going. Chapter 6: The Journey over the Destination. The journey is often as important as the destination. Each struggle, each victory, and each moment of doubt contribute to the person we are becoming. Our struggles don't lessen our dreams, they give them depth and meaning. They make us resilient, capable of handling whatever comes our way. Transformation is rarely about a single moment. It's the gradual evolution that happens as we keep moving forward, one step at a time. By focusing on the journey, we give ourselves the freedom to embrace each experience as it comes, to learn and grow along the way. Conclusion: embracing resilience and self-compassion. The road to our dreams may be littered with obstacles, but it's also filled with opportunities for growth, moments of joy, and deep resilience. This year, let's approach our goals with both determination and self-compassion. Let's give ourselves permission to stumble, knowing that each step we take is a part of the journey. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Keep moving forward, and allow resilience and self-compassion to guide you along the way. The life you want is on the other side of perseverance, and as long as you keep moving, you're on the right path. In closing, I want to leave you with this: you are enough, just as you are. Your dreams are worth pursuing, and no challenge can take away the strength that resides within you. Embrace the journey, cherish the process, and trust in your resilience. The best is yet to come.